Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of Poor Decisions Live with the Alconauts. I'm Ray.
And I'm Paul.
And we are your hosts this evening. So, Paul, we have a special guest with us again this evening. We are stacking and racking and packing guests in lately. Why don't you tell us who it is?
Yes, well, you've seen her on our previous episodes, on our videos, I should say. Let's welcome Alyssa to our show.
Hey guys.
Alyssa, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being on the show. For those of you who don't know Alyssa or did not catch our video, which you should catch, I want you to tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I originally went to school for artisan distilling, played a bit around in the spirits world, transferred into the beer industry. I work at Old Dog Brewing. Got most of my experience there, kind of transitioned into the quality role, and love going to breweries, try new beers, try new things.
That is awesome. Who doesn't like trying new beers? I was going to say something, but I can't say it while we're live. Well, thank you once again for being on our show, Alyssa. Ray, let's get all the nasty stuff out of the way. Let's get our promos done. What we got?
Alrighty. So we're going to start with Shirt of the Month. As always, Shirt of the Month is something you need to get. We're offering these for $19.99 plus shipping and taxes. They are all over the place. It is, I saw people out wearing them the other day on the subway. If you can believe it.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things where it's fun to see things that are on the subway. But let me tell you something. Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? Let me just show you a little something. Seeing as today is the 1st of May, I'm going to share my screen here because I believe, Ray, we have a new shirt of the month. I don't know if you could see it there.
It is crushable. So that is one of Paul's favorite words to utter on our videos. So if you want your crushable shirt with that groovy little dude down there, and hey, I would rock this all the time. I might even wear this to work with a blazer over it and my dress pants. Not sure if it would work or if I'd get away with it or not, but this is this month for May. So I'll get that slide updated, and I can't wait to see how many people are wearing these.
$19.99 US dollars, available on our website, coincidentally, the Alconauts.com.
I will definitely wear one of those shirts to
work.
There
it is.
See, we that's why we're on the show, Alyssa.
I tried.
Yeah, so go to our website. You can click right there to buy your shirts. You can click the merch tab down here. We've got all sorts of beer education. If you want to learn about beer styles and what is offered in the beer world, we got articles. There's all sorts of social media links. Jump on there. Check it out, thealconauts.com.
That is awesome. And honestly, we've added on a new beer shirt section. We've added on an article section. So this thing is just hopping. I think the latest article is, what is it again, Ray?
Oh, that was about food pairings, beer and food pairings, I believe.
Yes. It's a really good read. Some really good food pairings. It'd be quite surprising what you could have. It's basically going from appetizer right down to dessert. So if you have time, they're on the pooper, go ahead and stop by our website, check out the articles, and it'll be something good to read. With that being said, we got all that stuff out of the way. We've got Alyssa here. Vanessa's out there. Let's get started with the night. How are we going to start this off, Ray?
Well, it is time to put this up because Cinco de Mayo is right around the corner. So we wanted to take this opportunity to wish everybody a happy Cinco de Mayo.
Vanessa Kitty, unfortunately, there is not, as far as I know, not a smoked brisket pairing in that article, but I'm sure we can write another article with some smoked brisket, and maybe we could try it out with you.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Yes, indeed.
I just made some pulled pork with a land shark. Turned out pretty good.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a great way to use up some land shark.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
not one of my favorite beers, but it'll do. It'll do. And
right now, it worked for the pulled pork.
There you go. Before we go too much further, we need to.
What was that? I missed it.
You didn't hear it? It went shkluk.
Oh,
So, gotta get some beer into this glass here.
what the heck is that?
It's a fancy glass.
It's a fancy glass. It is a 1-bottle wine glass. This glass will fit an entire bottle of wine. So I thought I would drink my beer out of it this evening.
Now he knows how his wife feels.
I mean, personally, I don't like wine. I like the choice of beer in the glass. Maybe should have chose 2 beers, but
Yeah.
Well, imagine that. I've got another one unopened right now. So,
And we
I
got
wonder if it'll-
Dylan out there. Hey, Dylan.
hey, Dylan, what's happening, bud? I wonder if this will fit. Let's see if I can get 2. Let's see if I can get 2 in there.
He's going for broke.
I gotta come this way so we can see what's happening. I poured it too hard. Might be in trouble here.
a little
Oh.
risky.
So I'm gonna have to pause. Well, that's 1.5 right now. So 1 and
Now, wine
a
glass
half.
just makes your head look small.
That's okay. I'll take what I can get. Alrighty.
Anyways,
Happy
happy
history
Cinco de
about
Mayo.
Yeah. So it's not Mexican Independence Day, which is a popular misconception. Instead, it commemorates a single battle, the Battle of Puebla. May 5th, 1862, 6,000 French troops were turned away by a ragtag army of 2,000 indigenous Mexicans in a fight that lasted from daybreak to early evening. So today it's considered a minor holiday in Mexico, yet in America and Canada, it is a celebration of Mexican culture and heritage through beer, tacos, and mariachi music.
You just turned that up.
I may have.
Hilarious.
It's the mariachi music.
Yeah, so Cinco de Mayo just around the corner. What is it? It's going to be on is it Saturday that Cinco de Mayo is on?
Saturday.
Wow, that's going to be
I'm
a
going
good
to
day.
celebrate by working with a Beatles tribute.
Oh, that's kind of anti Cinco de Mayo. Well, I know Vanessa Kitty is saying on May 5th, pulled pork slow smoked over pecan wood with tacos. So that sounds amazing. Oh, she's saying it's Sunday.
Mm.
You're right. I just looked, and yes, it is Sunday. Sorry.
I was going to say, I thought it was a Sunday. A few breweries have a few things going on.
So
You
here's
are-
a question: do you celebrate Cinco de Mayo on a regular? Like, is this an annual thing for anyone?
Nope. Not for me, anyways.
Well, see, for me and the wife, or as I call her, the roommate, we kind of forget about Cinco de Mayo until the day of Cinco de Mayo, and we just feel like we need to shoot out to a bar and have a couple of shots of tequila, just to say that we are celebrating Cinco de Mayo. No tacos, just tequila.
See,
That's fair.
beer and tacos are always great. Do I celebrate Cinco de Mayo? No, but do I have beer and tacos? Yes.
Do you
Can't go wrong
really?
with beer and tacos.
I had beer and tacos tonight, actually.
You're pre-celebrating.
Nice.
I gotta get the perfect taco and the perfect beer pairing. Should do an article for Cinco de Mayo pairings.
Oh, there you go. Hey, if you want to write an article for us, I'm more than welcome to publish.
I mean, you didn't like their Lift Bridge lager, but Bridgewater does have a good ombre. It's a Mexican lager, yeah.
Maybe I was just having an off day.
No, the ombre is quite good. I've had that one, and actually, I'm hoping we'll see Alan from One Flight Down try that one soon. That was in the package that we sent out to him, Paul. So
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we did send them some stuff from Left Bridge.
Yeah.
Sending
What's
well
that?
into the world.
Yes, we're expanding our reach and taking everybody with us.
that's right. Nothing better than beer mail. We received beer mail from Alan. We've got a couple of more beers still to do. We're getting through those slowly but surely, and they'll be posting soon. And yeah, so we reciprocated and sent a package out to him.
Yeah. Now, getting back to Cinco de Mayo, what is a good Mexican beer to have for Cinco de Mayo? If you're going to celebrate it, what would you suggest?
What would be
You
your
could-
go-to, Alyssa?
You could go with the traditional Tecate, straight from Mexico. Modelo works too if you want to go really like traditional. There's a lot of different Mexican lagers out there, though.
I find Corona a little overrated, and I think the only thing I like about drinking Corona is just sticking my lime in and seeing if I can plug the hole with my thumb as I turn it upside down to watch the little battleship of lime reach the top and then sink back down. It was like a little game, really. So
It is, and then try to get your thumb off without getting yourself or your neighbors soaked.
I get my thumb off all the time. I don't know how you want to take that.
That's awkward.
Yeah. But there's got to be other Mexican beers out there. I don't know if anyone out in the audience is listening to
Dos
our current
Equis?
conversation. Dos Equis, actually, Dos Equis, I wouldn't mind. Actually,
Yeah.
I find when. Go ahead, Alyssa.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, I find when I go to an all-inclusive resort in like Mexico or a Spanish-speaking resort, there's only so much of the local beer I can take before the taste just starts. It gets disappointing and very make me want to not drink beer. So I think that's what I get when I drink like the Coronas, Tecates. But Dos Equis is a little different. And has a
I hear
little
you.
bit more. Well, yeah, it feels like a premium beer, and I believe it's sold that way. So
I think it
Yeah, I
is. Yeah. At least
Yeah,
an
it's-
import.
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap.
now here's a question: Is Landshark technically a Mexican lager?
I don't think so.
I believe it's done in a cerveza style.
Yeah, I always thought that because it has a very similar taste. You kind of get that I don't know what it is about the Mexican beers. You get that a little strain of taste in your mouth that just says, "Hey, we should be on vacation."
I think they advertise as a light lager.
A light lager. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you know, regardless of what everyone's plans are for Cinco de Mayo, I hope you guys have an amazing time out there. I know I'll be about one bottle in by the time lunchtime hits. So I'm gonna have fun. I'll also be sleeping early or having a siesta in the afternoon.
Dylan and I actually went to Mexico last year. A fun thing they had was chiladas and micheladas. So chilada is beer with lime and a tangerine sauce on the rim. So kind of like a beer Caesar, but with lime. And then the other one had salsa in it instead of lime.
What?
Yeah,
Salsa?
and then like a spicy rimmer. They were actually quite good. Interesting, different take.
That's-
Was it chunky?
Yeah. If texture's your thing, like don't go for the chilada. No chunks, just lime. But the salsa one would, yeah.
Well, Vanessa's saying Pacifico out there. I've never had Pacifico before. I don't even know if we get that here in Canada. But
I've never seen that one.
I
Yeah, well,
can't get rid of it. Yeah, no.
we'll keep our eye out for it. But you know, I know there's going to be a lot of people celebrating this Sunday. So happy Cinco de Mayo to all of you guys. And honestly, there are some really strange brews out there, which kind of brings us up to our next subject, right? What do we got on tab here?
Alrighty, so boy, you're pissing me off. Well, what we're referring to here is Whistleboy Brewing Company out of Victoria, BC. They've come up with two very interesting takes on beer. Now, it's not quite as interesting as putting salsa in your beer, I guess, but we've got Bud's Hazy. It's a terpene-infused hazy IPA. Despite the fact that terpenes are derived from cannabis, this concoction will not get you high as there's no THC in it.
Now, here's a question: Does this appeal? Like, I don't know. I don't smoke pot. I just have a bad reaction to it. But does anyone who smoked pot does this kind of turn you on? Like, is this something that would appeal to you?
Not necessarily. I think it would taste like very earthy, and I don't know if I would mix that.
Well, we know where the pot smokers are on this show.
Not Paul.
Okay, go ahead. Knock down the door. Knock down the door.
She's in the room with the gray wall in the picture.
I didn't even know what terpene was until I read the article, but it just I find that certain hops have that kind of potty kind of smell to it, right? And I just wonder, like, is there a difference? Like, would it make a difference? Would it just smell like hops, right?
That's fair.
So,
That's a good question.
And the question is, if you're a beer drinker and not necessarily a pot smoker, would you drink this just to try it out, knowing that it's not going to get you high?
Here to go.
Yeah, I guess I would. I guess I'd try anything twice, right? Is what I usually say. But this is saying, so you get the stinky, but not get high. Yes, you get the stinky taste. But I've had a couple of IPAs where that stinky taste is just there.
Yeah.
And she's saying that she would not try it out. I don't blame you, but like I said, I'm one of those people that I've got to try it at least once just to see whether it's good or bad, right? Like, geez,
Yeah.
we did it. We did a curry stout.
We did.
Oh, I did see that video. That was very interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed, but like, it was a good stout. It just didn't taste like curry. I don't know if I was expecting a meal, but
You wanted to get slapped in the face with curry.
well, Ray did.
Yeah,
He definitely did.
100%. That was the comment. But
I do think with this beer, there can definitely be some confusion where you're going to get people that don't really read into it. It's just going to be like, oh, I can get high and get drunk.
for sure.
Now, Vanessa Kitty is asking us, what does rope, dope, and teabag paper have in common? I don't know.
I'm afraid
Rope,
to
dope,
know.
and teabag. I don't know if this is a joke or if this is an actual question. Rope, dope, and a teabag hemp. I can say hemp.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
Well, until we get the answer. Ah! I'm not just a pretty face, Vanessa. I'm not just a pretty face. It is hemp. Nice. We could have thrown that into trivia. That one was worth 8 million points. And I got all of them.
We're a little early yet. But anyway, so let's look at beer number 2 from Whistleboy. This one is called Hazy Kale Ale. The special ingredients are powdered kale, liquid chlorophyll, and anchovy hops.
Huh.
Kale and anchovies. When I first read this, I thought, wow, what a disgusting combination. I had zero interest. But then I read a little more, and I found out that Seattle Brewery Fast Fashion bought a new hop strain and named it Anchovy just for kicks. It actually tastes more like watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Now I'm in. I'm 100% in. I would love to try that beer.
Now, here's a question. Look, if you look at the screen, look at that color. Like, would you drink that?
Go back to the bitter one.
I guess it's not unlike drinking a green beer during.
I was going to say, I get St.
St.
Patty's
Patrick's
Day vibes, but
It seems to have a little more body than what you get from the green food coloring in your beer.
yeah, definitely more okay.
It almost looks like you've added green food coloring to a really hazy IPA.
Like, would this be like a vegetarian beer? I guess all beers are vegetarian.
Not necessarily.
Really?
Oh, sorry, vegan. It's vegan. Sorry, vegetarian, yes. Vegan, no. I can't remember which ingredient sometimes happens in beer that vegans don't particularly care for. Is it lactose, maybe?
Maybe taste?
I know when you're cleaning, you can use fish oil, and then that's like okay for some people, but I can't remember what it is with vegans.
Cleaning what?
The tanks.
Fish oil?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that could be a another question for trivia.
Yeah,
Could be a true or
I
false. Fish
I did
oil
not
is
know that
suitable
at
for
all.
cleaning your kettles and your tanks.
Now, does it bother you guys that kale is in this beer? Like, would that put you off?
Not me.
You drink it
Not
regardless.
necessarily.
Yeah, I would definitely give it a go. I mean, I've eaten kale, so it's relatively flavorless.
Yeah, I suppose. It just sounds like this would just go right through me. Like it's like Metamucil in a beer.
Huh. Not necessarily a bad thing after a really long weekend of drinking. Get the toxins out.
Let's just get it right out. Just push it
Ready.
all out.
Let's go on to the next subject because that's getting a bit
Actually, I tell you what. Let's go to beer trivia, Ray. Is that
Go
it's
straight to
that
beer
time
trivia?
of night? Yeah, we're going to
already. We are there. So give me 2 seconds here to cue this up, and we will move right along. Alrighty. So back to the stage. We are on to beer trivia, and we are going to switch up the music, get rid of El Toro, and here we go.
Are
we
you
ready
Alyssa?
for question number 1?
I think
Ready,
we are ready
Alyssa?
for question number 1.
Here we go. Alrighty. So in 1935, beer was newly available in this. Have we noticed is Brew watching? Because I think this week might have been a little more up his alley on these trivia questions.
Oh, he's usually hopping around somewhere, but
Seen him pop in yet?
I try. You know, I'm a listener. I heard what you said about the questions last week. They might have been on the difficult side, so I kind of toned them down a little bit. Okay, I toned them down.
And what's the point value of this question, Paul?
I'm gonna say, seeing as everyone is getting it correct, I'm gonna say it's 10 points.
Alrighty. So I might as well just throw that up there. So canned beer made its debut on January 24th, 1935. In partnership with the American Can Company, the Gottfried Kruger Brewing Company delivered 2,000 cans of Kruger's finest beer and Kruger's cream ale to faithful Kruger drinkers in Richmond, Virginia. That was a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
Alrighty. Straight
I'm not
into
gonna say
question
anything
number
else.
2. Alrighty. So, how many categories of beer were judged in the 2024 World Cup competition hosted in Las Vegas, Nevada?
Any guesses there, Alyssa?
5.
5 categories of beer at the it's basically the World Series of beer. You think there's only 5 categories?
15.
Getting warmer.
I'm gonna make this question worth 2,000 points.
I love Dylan's suggestion on an answer. More than 5. Well, technically, you are correct, sir.
Yes.
I know that one's wrong.
And Vanessa Kitty, you're pretty close to the answer there.
You are. You are. Alrighty.
125?
Nope. It is 110 categories. Each category averaged 84.5 beers judged, with a total of 9,300 beers submitted from 2,060 breweries spanning 50 countries worldwide. It's huge.
It's massive,
Yeah.
absolutely massive. That's a lot of beer.
Definitely more than
Love it.
5.
Definitely more than 5.
Alrighty.
Okay. What's our next question?
Alrighty, it is. Wayfinder Beer is a brewery located in what city?
If you people don't get this right, I swear, I'm deducting points. If you get it wrong, you're going to lose 1,000 points. If you get it right, you get 5.
So I'm wondering who's watching right now, because it looks like there's only a couple of people watching the show at the moment. So I'm not sure if some of our usuals who would definitely get this are not. I don't think they're watching right now.
I don't think they're in the house right now, but I do believe, looking at the list of viewers, I see Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. They're both watching. So they haven't commented or anything, but what's Vanessa saying here? If you only have 1 ounce of each of those samples, when would you reach saturation and pass out?
Hour 1.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Vanessa is saying Washington is the city that's located in. Dylan's saying Jake Paul doesn't seem like a big beer guy. Honestly, you've never drank with him.
He does typically drink seltzers, though. You are really correct.
Yeah, but realistically, behind closed doors, like open doors, closed doors.
He is a closet beer fan. Yes, he is
He's
definitely a closet beer fan.
And evidently a closet boxer.
Closet boxer. Has that actually happened? I am so out of the know. Did that match happen?
I want to say June or July. That's when
Okay,
it's
so
going to
it's
happen.
upcoming still. Okay.
Yes. So
I don't
what?
I don't watch many sports, but I want to see that one. But anyways, the answer for
Wait.
Oh,
Who comes in to save the day?
yes, it's in Portland. Alrighty, so they won silver in the International Dark Lager category in the 2024 World Beer Cup competition for their beer Secret.
Well, there you go. And now you guys can stop answering Portland.
Because it actually happened. So Alyssa, I don't know if you happened to catch that episode of the live, but I made a bit of an error in my copy and paste when I was creating one of the slides, and I left the word Portland in there when it wasn't actually Portland, and now everybody answers Portland for everything. It was a funny that really caught legs, and it's been going for a month now. So
I like that.
Alan, it's fine. You can answer Portland.
Alrighty, so moving on. Name the brewery and the beer.
Where's the picture?
Don't you have it? It had a dash beside it. I thought you had the picture. Alrighty, let me get the picture.
Yes, it was in my.
Yes, it was in the picture. I thought you were going to post it. One second here. Let me get the picture.
We have some technical difficulties. Ray's still new on the job after 10 weeks.
Not new, but I thought Paul was putting the picture up. Alrighty, I'm going to unscreen share for a second here. We're going to grab this. Let's get over here and go find it.
You can do it.
I know I can do it. It's over here. I just got to get things exited here because there's 1,000 things. I was dealing with the updates that came 10 minutes before showtime.
Wasn't 10 minutes before showtime. Anywho, I hope you guys are enjoying trivia. How are you enjoying trivia, Alyssa?
I like it. I definitely learning a few new things, but no, trivia is always great.
Alrighty, here it comes.
It is, right?
Oh, this is the one that goes with it. Alrighty.
All right.
The beer and the brewery. So hopefully you guys can name
the beer and the brewery. And just to let you guys know, this is a real picture. This is a real beer.
When I first heard of this, I could not believe it.
You looked it up,
real, and I looked and looked and looked. And I fact checked this like 10 times. It's real.
So, like, does the beer come with the squirrel?
Yes, it actually does come with a taxidermy squirrel, or stout,
jeez,
or a hare.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's disturbing.
Yeah,
it's very disturbing. Who would want to buy that? But I'll tell you,
Paul would.
It sold out in 4 hours.
Wow.
4 hours.
Sold out in 4 hours.
I mean, great conversational piece.
I guess there were only 12. Originally, there were only 12 bottles made.
Understandable. Where are you going to get that many squirrels?
Well, if you live in Chippewa.
Vanessa. I've heard squirrels is quite tasty, but I've never tried it. So, alrighty. So the answer is, Alan's out. See you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Alrighty. So the answer is Brewdog, and the end of history is the beer. So it's a blonde Belgian ale infused with nettles from the Scottish Highlands and fresh juniper berries. And in 2010 was a limited edition release from Brewdog, 12 bottles, which came with its own unique piece of taxidermy. featuring 7 dead stoats. I'm not sure what a stoat is. 4 squirrels and 1 hare in total. It's 55% ABV and sold out in 4 hours. Jesus, 55%.
Yeah.
So they made another round in 2016 to commemorate the passing of a bill in Ohio that lifted the 12% max ABV level. It was given to those who invested 20 grand or more in their crowdfunding campaign for Brewdog USA.
Not the most expensive beer in the world, but yeah, expensive.
Yeah, $20,000 for one bottle.
Like, honestly,
Damn.
I don't like, that's weird. Like, who would have thought, hey, let's put a bottle inside of a squirrel that people can drink out of?
Not
Somebody.
this guy.
It's a little morbid, right? A little morbid.
I think a lot.
Anywho,
Morbid.
yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what, if you got that answer correct, I'm gonna give you 1 point just because it's so morbid.
Yeah. Yep. Utopia, $220 per bottle or can or however it comes. I believe it's in a bottle. Still waiting to try that one, but I cannot justify $220 for a bottle.
Yeah.
And Vanessa, remind me, what's the ABV on that? Is it 60%?
Now Utopia is the one from Sam Adams, right?
Of course you will, Vanessa.
Pick an animal, you say, eh?
Huh.
I would like a crocodile then.
Crocodile. Crocodile.
Oh, she's currently making a bison leather bag. That's kind of neat.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, 24% ABV. Okay.
Okay.
And from Sam Adams, yes.
Oh, excellent.
Cool.
Thank you.
Carrying on. So, what is the oldest brewery in North America? And I know what our American friends are going to guess.
Yes. Oh, most likely yes. But
Yes.
what I can say is
that was my guess.
Yeah.
But then I thought, wait a second. No, we've talked about this.
What do you think, Alyssa? Oldest brewery in North America. I'm gonna say that's gonna include Mexico.
That's a good one. There's a lot of options you could go with.
I'm gonna say here, right here, Vanessa saying Yuengling, but the next oldest is Shiner in Shiner, Texas. It is not Yuengling, and it also is
or would
not
that be Youngling?
Shiner.
Youngling? No, Shane's not here, so it's not Youngling.
Yuengling.
Kind of want to say Labatt's or Bush.
I'm gonna say this one's worth 10,000 points, and you're really close, Alyssa. Ray, show us the answer.
Alrighty, it is Molson.
According
to their website, at age 18, John Molson sailed on a leaking ship from England to Canada with a thirst for a better beer in a new country. In 1786, he founded the Molson Brewery, which predates Youngling, which was established in 1829. Yeah, my second thought after Youngling was Pabst. Vanessa, I agree on that one.
Yep. But there you have it. The Canadians did it first.
Yep.
Ironically, also the second oldest company in Canada.
Oh,
Ray,
wow.
do you know what the oldest company is?
Hudson Bay?
You got it, buddy.
Hudson's Bay Company.
That's why I keep you around.
Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
that horrible department store that us Canadians go to that no one buys anything at.
I don't even know where Hudson's Bay
So they had to stick,
anymore.
yeah, they had to put Zeller's pop-ups in there to try and stoke some business. But they don't carry any Zeller's products. It's just discounted Hudson Bay products with a Zeller's tag on it.
Sounds Canadian.
Here, let's put the stuff we can't sell over here, and we'll call it Zeller's.
Anywho, what is our next question, Ray?
Alrighty, next question is, true or false? Chili beer is a beer category in the 2024 World Beer Cup competition.
I'm going
or
true.
false?
You said true, Alyssa?
Oh yes.
Huh.
I'm also gonna say no. I'm not gonna say. because I kind of know the answer.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. Why do you even get to answer on that?
Vanessa Kitty, she's saying, true, hot and spicy. Well, thank you for noticing.
Dude. Alrighty, so the answer is true. Chili beer are beers with the addition of hot pepper juice, oils, or actual peppers, most commonly jalapeno. Hotness can range from a subtle spiciness to palate scorching. Most often, chilies are added to pale ales and light lagers, but the base beer style can vary. Gold went to Philly Chili Iron Hill Brewery and Restaurant in Newtontown, PA.
Yeah, we gotta go to Pennsylvania, Ray.
Yeah, it's not far.
No, 2-hour drive.
Yeah,
3-hour drive.
3-hour drive to the border, and then Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania-New York border, and then you can go another 12 hours south if you want.
Yeah. Well,
I think Pennsylvania is shaped like a chili, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm not sure. I'm not really good at American geography. I just know it's over there.
Well, Vanessa, you just seem to have a lot of really good hobbies here. Growing peppers and jarring them up, brisketing, butter she churns butter. Alyssa.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah,
impressive.
I'm pretty sure she said she would send some butter to us.
Ooh, scorpion peppers.
And scorpion peppers too. Wow.
Well, she also offered you a taxidermied animal.
I can't say no to both.
Very, very, very in hobbies.
Alrighty.
One-stop
I
shop.
think there's one more question.
Two more.
I can't see. I got all my screens taken up right now. So who brewed the first Pilsner beer?
Who brewed the first Pilsner beer?
That's a good question. Can you
I don't
send
think
butter
butter can-
across the border?
Yeah, butter cannot come across because it's a dairy product. I don't think you can mail it. I think it has to be. You can bring milk and stuff. So I don't know if you can mail it.
If you put wires on it and add a digital timer to it, it should be able to come across. The first Pilsner beer, Vanessa's saying Pabst in the USA. I'm going to say no, it's not Pabst. This is definitely not Pabst.
Yeah, I didn't know this one. This one, I had absolutely no clue on this one.
Any guesses there, Alyssa?
I don't know. Not necessarily, no.
Pilsner Urquell? Urquell? I assume that's how it's pronounced. Urquell?
Iroquois?
Urquell.
I'm going to say, I don't know if that's supposed to be a person or...
Well, it's a beer brand, Pilsner Urquell, I think is how you pronounce it. It comes in a green bottle, I believe.
I do like a good Pilsner, but I don't know what the first one was.
Well, if it's really old, you probably shouldn't drink it, Dylan. Beer does expire.
Go ahead and chug it. You'll be fine.
So it was Josef Groll. He invented the first ever Pilsner beer to the citizens. He unveiled the first ever Pilsner beer to the citizens of Pilsen on October 4th, 1842. It became an immediate sensation that spread across the border and eventually became popular around the world.
I totally read that question wrong. I thought it was what, not who brewed.
What brewed the first Pilsner beer? A machine.
A person.
Something.
If it tastes good, it must be good.
Well, if you got that one right, kudos to you. You just earned yourself 2,500 points.
2,500.
There you go, Dylan. Vanessa's saying take a swallow, and if you hurl, do not continue with that one.
That's
Sound
really good advice, Vanessa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome advice.
Words of wisdom.
Alrighty. Final question this week. Rijk Lambic is a style of Belgian beer made by fermenting lambic with what other ingredient specific to this style? I think it's pronounced Crike, or is it Creek? I think it's Crike.
Creek, Crike, Creek,
Crike,
Crick, Crack,
Crike,
Crack, Lambic,
Crike.
Crack, Lambic. I think that's it. Oh, I guess it's I don't know. Is it? It's Flemish. So Irish,
Flemish.
Flemish. It's a Flemish beer.
What phlegm?
Craig Lambic. So, anyways, it's a style of Belgian beer. Okay, made by fermenting lambic with what other ingredient specific to this style? What could that ingredient be, Alyssa? What are your thoughts?
I immediately want to say a rye grain, but I have no idea.
A rye grain. Okay, that's a good guess. Ray, you got a guess on this one? Oh, you know the answer.
Yeah. I may have put the slideshow
That's
together.
not biased.
I definitely can't guess.
Well-
So who's Sash0014? That's a new viewer. Thanks for jumping on and joining the conversation. Wheat beer or Belgian white? That's a really good guess. It is not. You may be surprised to know that it's a fruit. Or is it a berry?
Well,
It is.
let's say
Morello cherries. So historically, Crikes were made in Belgium by adding whole or macerated cherries, the pits still intact, to a lambic beer base and letting the beer ferment on the fruit. After sitting for a few months, the beer would be blended with fresh lambic and then bottled.
Very interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, honestly, Morello cherries. Hey, I didn't even know you existed.
Absolutely. I've never seen a Morello cherry. So
I've never seen a Crake lambic. So that's something we're gonna add to our list there, Ray.
yeah, we'll have to look out for that now.
I mean, definitely interesting and intriguing. I would try it.
Yeah, that's cool. So I love the idea of cherries in beer. I've never tried it. Maybe we should do some cherry mixes into beers, like cherry juice, maraschino cherry juice or something.
Sure. Sure.
Alrighty.
Well, honestly, tally up your points, put them all together, and I got a feeling we really got to give a t-shirt away. So, everyone who's been commenting on so far, and even if you're not watching this live, comment in the comment section below, and we will put you into the draw for May's shirt of the month. We will be giving away this shirt because we have to give something away. It's just one of those things. It's May. So if you want a shirt, and Ray, can you bring that picture back up again? Of the
which one? Sorry.
Did I bring that up?
You brought up the beer shirt.
Oh yeah, let me so let me bring this up here.
It was very smooth, Paul.
When you're this good, they have to call you Mister. Yes, the May shirt of the month. Check it out. We are going to be giving it away. I use Crushable all the time in our beers, in our beer reviews. It's honestly, when something's that good, you gotta let people know that you are just part of the Crush Army. Join the Crush Army. Let people know you love crushing beers, because that's what crushers do.
Absolutely. And so apparently Sash0014 is one of our neighbors who sold beer for 10 years.
Oh.
I'm drawing a blank. Trying to figure this one out. I'm sure I'm going to walk out to walk the dog later or something, and it'll be like, haha, that was me, dumbass. But we'll see.
You should feel shame for not knowing your neighbors.
I know most of my neighbors. That's why I'm really confused right now. And I'm probably going to go, dumbass, as soon as I realize who it is. But
It's
there we
actually
go.
just
I know who that is. And yeah, that username definitely did not tip me off to who that might be. Well, thank you very much for watching, sir.
learning.
And
things
garage
about
beers,
neighbors.
garage beers soon. I did not know that you sold beer for 10 years. I'm sure you mentioned it at some point, but there may have been too many garage beers.
Looks like
I don't.
you're your next guest.
Wait a second.
This one seems like kind of weird, but
It's all good. It's all good.
should we call 911?
No, he's all good. He's safe. Yeah, I think. May
safe.
work for one of our government agencies. It's all good.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, well, that was beer trivia, folks. Thank you once again for participating and trying to get those answers. I hope you guys learned just a little bit of something today, and feel free to pass that on. So let's move on through our night. Ray, what's our next subject today?
Alrighty, next subject is we're going to talk a bit about the Pink Boots Society. So, students in Niagara College's program for future brewmasters are hard at work on unique batches of beer they're brewing, all to support the often underrepresented women in the beer industry. Now, we know this has been an issue in the last few years. There was a lot of news stories about it. So the whole idea of the Pink Boots blend was meant to increase the involvement of women in the craft brewing industry. So I'm not sure how to pronounce Tammy's last name. I think it's Joho of the Pink Boots Canadian chapter said the initiative wants to help women seeking a career in the brewing industry through scholarships. The idea is to provide a network and mentorship for women as they head into a career in brewing. So this is an awesome initiative. I know the team over at Cold Break Brewing, they participated as well. They got involved in this initiative. Niagara College is super active in this as well. So it's a good thing. If you can find any of the Pink Boots initiative brews, definitely buy those to support that.
I wonder if anyone's ever had a Pink Boots brew.
Yeah, I have one right now from Bridgewater Brewing in Welland. A portion of their proceeds actually go to the Pink Boots Society.
Good night, buddy. Thanks for popping in.
And the beer is pink.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
is it really? Well, look at that.
I did not expect that.
I guess
Yeah.
beer color does not matter to you.
Fun stuff.
What style?
I being a woman in the industry, I definitely have recently looked into this, and I think it's a great concept, great idea, great furthering education. I went to school for distilling, so I kind of had something similar. Like I got the LCBO Women's Inclusive Scholarship. Definitely just think it's a great idea and great to help out and build communities.
Vanessa's saying nice looking beer, Alyssa. And
It's quite
especially in
good
that class.
too. It's a New England IPA as well.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Right.
I love me a New England IPA. So what makes it pink? Is it colored or is it naturally colored?
They dye it pink, yes.
Mm.
Yeah. If you go in though, you can get it without the pink dye if that's not your thing. Still a great beer with or without the dye.
I'll drink it.
So, out of curiosity, you went to Niagara College as well. Were there a lot of women in your program when you were going there?
No. I was one of 5 women, one of 2 Canadian women in the program.
And just to give people an idea, how big was the program? Like, how many students would you say?
We had 30 people in our class, and our class was the biggest one so far. I went during their 3rd year of operations at the college, like offering the course to people. Their first year, I don't think they had any women. And the second year, they had 2.
So by year 3, they had one. Yeah, by year 3, 1/6 of the enrollment was women, and by year 3.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Not very many, but record breaking for the college.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. And do you think it's more along the lines of just women aren't interested, or women just may not feel confident in applying for such a position or such a program?
That's a really good question. I do think it could be a little bit of both. For myself personally, I wanted to do something a little bit more hands-on, creative. So that's kind of how I got into the industry. Liked beer, wanted to go for brewing, didn't have grade 12 math, so distilling it was, but still got into the beer industry, which is great. I do think there is like a stereotype of like because you got to carry malt and grain up and hops and different stuff like that. So there is like a physical aspect where it's kind of like might be intimidating for women, or employers may think like I'm 5'2", so everybody looks at me and they're like, can you carry that grain bag up the stairs and dump it into the tank? So there is different stereotypes around it. I think it's something new for women. It's definitely like a new growing industry just in general. Like there's not a lot of school programs that are like, hey, I can teach you how to brew beer. Like the last employer I worked for was self-taught off YouTube, that kind of thing. So it is just new with educational pieces.
Yeah.
So then I do think it is a little bit intimidating as well.
Well, it's I can see where you're coming from, but also I've worked with individuals in the distillery industry where and I'll case in point individual. I'm gonna change the name. Her name is Lady, and she was like maybe like 4'9", barely 5 foot, and she would maybe weighed, I'm gonna say, like under 100 pounds. But she'd be able to carry more than most of the guys there. She'd be able to work harder than most of the guys there. Wouldn't complain. Didn't say a peep. She was very quiet. But she was a machine, an absolute machine. And lady, if you're out there, you know who you are. I wish you would come back to our province. But nonetheless, yeah, she was a really hard worker. And I think you're right. I think people can underestimate women just by size and visual look, when realistically, I've seen some women work way harder than some of the guys I've worked with, and it really ticks me off. Not that the ladies are working harder, that these guys don't work as hard. It's it's pretty sad in the industry. And then of course you get that pay disparity.
Yeah, let's not go there. Let's not make this too political. But yeah, there's a couple of great local breweries that have female brewmasters, and I don't even think it's important to point out that the brewmasters are female. Maybe it's important just because of the issues that have come in the industry in the last few years that have come to light. But I think, I mean, a great brewmaster, it doesn't matter, gender. It's just somebody out there that's loving what they're doing and doing a great job of it.
I actually completely agree. Sorry to cut you off, Paul, but when I started as an assistant brewer. It was like, well, eventually you would move into the head brewer role, and then it turned into like, well, what would we actually call you? Like, would it still be brewmaster, or would it be like mistress or something else? And I was like, I am completely fine with brewmaster. That is a master of the craft, not just the gender role.
100%.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like I'm not trying to politicize something, but from experience, I've actually had to hire head brewmasters, and I will tell you the majority of the individuals that applied were actually women who were working for other breweries because they weren't getting an opportunity to be a brewmaster or higher up on the scale. Yeah. So when I get into that pay disparity thing, that's what I'm talking about, Ray. It's just that they're not getting the chances that other people are. And I've seen some guys who are shitty brewmasters, and I apologize for swearing. They're shitty brewmasters. They don't want to work hard. They think everyone should do the shit stuff that they should be doing, and they expect to be paid out of the wahoo, and it's disgusting. I'm just saying that. That's all.
You know what? The rise of female brewmasters in the industry could be what saves the industry. It could be because there's such a passion and such a desire to show the world what's up. I think it's amazing. And I don't care who makes my beer. I just want to drink a great beer.
Well, I'd say, yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, a brewmaster is as good as their beer that they make, right?
100%.
And it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, your beer is either going to be really good to us or it's going to be really shitty. And it's going to appeal to certain different individuals. And unless we open the doors and say, hey, it doesn't matter what gender they are, what race they are, or what kind of person they are, as long as they make good beer. Well, I guess you don't want. Anyways, I won't get into that. But anyways, you want good people doing. You want good people doing the job of heading your brewery, and there are opportunities to really make sure that happens. Is what I'm saying. So it's to all the women out there. I support your pink boots. I wish I had gotten a pink boots beer. The pink is way better than the green. So
It's kind of done now, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take a trip out there this weekend and see if there's any in their fridge. I'd love to grab some of that to support the initiative, and I'm okay with drinking a pink drink.
I actually stopped in on my way home from work to pick these up for tonight. They're still in stock.
That is awesome.
Kind of to touch on your point, though, Paul, like if you're at a party or if you're at a restaurant or a brewery and someone hands you a beer or suggests like a beer to try, you're not really like going to sit there and think about, well, who made this beer? It's either it's good or it's bad.
100%.
You like it or you don't.
100%.
That's what I kind of like about the brewery and distillery industry. It's your product or the end result of what you do will dictate how good you are, and that's how you usually should be judged.
Yep.
Right. It's the work ethic in between that gets a little iffy, but realistically, there for the most part there are great brewmasters out there. But they're
100%.
what I can say is there are some really not so good ones out there.
Agreed.
So, anywho, we are getting really close to the end of our hour. Alyssa, I hope you had a good time tonight.
Yeah, no, it's been great. Love the trivia, love the conversation. Great to see some new people in the conversations.
Yeah,
and
quick hello to Paul from PA Brew News. Sorry you popped in just as we're about to close out the evening. We run a pretty tight ship here, and we keep to the 7 to 8. But yeah, hopefully you can get out a little earlier next week because we will do this again next week, 7 p.m. But yeah, so if you haven't, you got to check out PA Brew News. Check out what's going on over there. Check out Alan from One Flight Down. I'm pretty sure my neighbor with the Tahoe does not have a YouTube channel, so I don't think we need to jump over there and check that out. But yeah, all the folks that are supporting us on this live, we love it. We love seeing you guys out. We love your comments. You got a Portland answer thrown in there on the trivia tonight.
And Alan just got in just in time for it, and then hefted right out. It's like the Portland just got oh my god, they're asking a Portland question.
It was a mic drop moment.
Yeah, he felt it. He definitely, his spidey senses were working for sure. So
absolutely.
But yeah, as always, like we are tight on our timing. We like to respect everybody else's evenings, and keep it short and sweet and to the point.
Yep. And if you are interested, this is coming up in July. BeerCon 2024. If you're a beer tuber out there and you want to meet other beer tubers and you want to find out what Niagara has in store for you, come down to Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Ray, what are the dates for this thing?
Yeah, it runs from July 13th through July 15th. So it runs the Friday through the Monday. Shane has arranged a really cool Airbnb for us. It's got lots of space, but not 50 people kind of space. All right.
News.
Keep working at it, man, because we'd love to see you up here. You're looking at about $350 Canadian for the weekend. That's going to include, a few drinks in the fridge there.
If you're American, Shane, that's like $10.
Yeah. Shane's working on
$350 for a few drinks too.
Jeez. Prizes. We're working out some transportation. We're going to hit some great breweries. We're going to make sure you guys have lots of time to enjoy Niagara because I know Niagara is a bucket list destination for a lot of people. I work in the tourism industry here in Niagara, so I'm working on trying to get some passes to some of the really good attractions here. We're gonna make it work. We've got commitments from about 6 different channels so far. We headed to Chicago last summer, and Paul and I had an absolute blast. If you don't know us in person, don't worry about it. You've seen our videos, you know us. We headed down there. The only person we had met was Shane. The 8 or so other BrewTube channels that were down there, we knew them from their channels. It was like hanging out with old friends.
It was a blast, and everyone is a good person. And honestly, you're gonna have a good time. Just come on down. It's Niagara Falls. There's going to be legends here, legends of our industry here,
100%.
and you can learn a lot. There's an opportunity to collaborate. There's so many breweries to check out. Just send it if you can't get a hold of Shane at Shane's Craft Beer Reviews. Message us. We'll let you know how many spots are left. There's not too many, so we need to know as soon as possible. So get that information to us, or get that to Shane's Craft Beer Review. I believe it's Shane's Craft Beer Review at gmail.com.
Yep. And you can reach us at the Alconauts at gmail.com. So it's pretty, pretty straightforward. So we're the Alconauts.com. Just put at gmail.com in there, and you can we'll get the info to you. There's also a Facebook page out there. Hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram, whatever you want to do. But with that being said, thanks so much, Alyssa, for joining us. I'm Ray.
And I'm Paul.
And we are the Alconauts, and we are out for this edition of Poor Decisions Live with the Alconauts. Cheers, all.
Cheers.